All right, Alabama fans, college football fans as well. We're back into the hottest show in the streets, in my own words, with yours truly, Stephen Smith of Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Once again, people, be sure to line us up in the YouTube chat line. Be sure to line us up with your questions in the YouTube chat line. Also, 205-448-1358, the number to call in to let your voice be heard. 205-448-1358. But now we look at the Alabama defensive secondary here. Could there be a freshman? Could there be a true freshman to emerge, to rise, to start in this secondary? And for me, it happens in only one of two reasons, right? Reason number one where I could see a true freshman starting is this particular player is just really good, right? You can't keep them off the field. Coaching staff can't keep them off the field. They just become tremendous in the off-season summer program. They're tremendous in the weight training, flexibility, speed program, and they're just outstanding in fall camp. And Nick Saban, in his mind, is going, there is no way on God's earth we cannot play this young man. We got to play him. We got to start him. So that's one way of where I can see a true freshman start is they just blow everybody away. The number two reason to where a true freshman could start in the secondary, it comes down to Ronald Williams Jr., the JUCO corner out of Louisiana, hails from Hutchinson Community College at 6'2", 188 pounds. Now, Nick Saban, he wants Patrick Surtain to play nickel. That's the goal. That's the idea. Patrick Surtain at nickel is the idea. At star, at the slot corner position, that's where he wants Surtain at. But the only way he can put Surtain there is if Ronald Williams Jr. comes in here, goes beast mode, snaps, clowns, rises, and takes that corner spot. Because right now, Josh Jobe, let's just say for all intents and purposes, because I honestly see this happening, Josh Jobe takes one of the two corner spots because he's going to take one of those two spots. He's aggressive, he's physical, he's mean, he's tough, he's nasty. If he can just learn how to be physical but not let his emotions get in the way of his game, he is going to be a lockdown defensive back. So let's just say for all intents and purposes, that Josh Jobe takes the first corner spot, takes one of the two corner spots. The other spot comes down to Surtain and Ronald Williams Jr. Saban wants Williams taking that spot because not only does it get more DBs, not only does it get more athletes on the field, it allows for Saban to transition Surtain over to nickel. If Williams struggles, if the JUCO young man struggles tremendously, now it becomes Williams would be a backup behind either Jobe or Surtain, because that would keep Surtain at one of the corner spots. You would have to go with what you know, and that would open up an opportunity in that nickel role. That would open up an opportunity in that star role for a freshman. And we've seen what freshmen have been able to do in that role, i.e. Minkah Fitzpatrick in 2015 took on that role, dominated, as I should say, in that role. So the freshman that could be looking for this opportunity, if in the event, I'm not saying it will happen, but if in the event that Ronald Williams Jr. struggles and Patrick Surtain has to stay at outside corner and Ronald Williams has to be the backup, here are the freshmen that could benefit. Number one, we're looking at Brian Branch. Brian Branch can really benefit, the young man from Tyrone, Georgia, Sandy Creek High School, and he was a highlight safety coming out of high school, an interception machine, much like Minkah Fitzpatrick was coming out of St. Peter's Prep School in New Jersey. He was a highlight safety. He was a highlight freshman. So Brian Branch, a guy that can, read the ball, dissect the ball, pick the ball off, undercuts routes, breaks up on passes. So Brian Branch would be the first guy that you think about that could potentially rise and start in the secondary if there was a struggle there to Ronald Williams. Another guy I would look at Jaquez Robinson. Well, Jaquez Robinson, excuse me. So Jaquez Robinson, who is 6'2", 190 pounds now, out of the Florida area. Robinson came to Alabama early in the prep for the Citrus Bowl. He enrolled on campus early just to get a quick start on, learning the system. And here's a young man that's got long arms, big hands, a lot of length, a lot of physicality, can jam, can run, can defend, can cover. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Trayvon Diggs in terms of the athleticism, but he has the potential to be a bit better, or be a lot better than what Trayvon Diggs was in terms of being just a consistent cornerback, a consistent DB, a consistent playmaker in defending the ball, frustrating wide receivers, not allowing them to make big time catches. So Jaquez Robinson, another guy. A third guy that could be kind of special here is Malachi Moore. The question is, will he be able to get on the field as a freshman? That's the big thing. At 6 feet, 180 pounds, out of Hewitt-Trussville High School here in Alabama. I remember our own Justin Smith, the lead scout and recruiting analyst for TDA, got a chance to cover Moore a lot. Also Smith, and our own John Ivory, was able to do a day in the life on one Malachi Moore last summer. And, that was pretty awesome to see that as well, just getting a glimpse of how he is as far as a player, as far as a young man, a son, a brother, a teammate, just a full package that is Moore. And according to his head coach, Josh Floyd, a guy that's very instinctive, tough, hard-nosed, great tackler, breaks up on passes, creates turnovers, always around the football. The question that is for him is, will he be able to break through all the guys kind of in front of him to get on the field? I think he has a chance to play. I think Alabama may spot play him if they don't choose to redshirt him. But in terms of starting, can he simply find a way to break through there? And then last but not least, you've got Christian Story out of Lynette High School here in Alabama, the 1A state player of the year, a guy that won a 1A state championship, and an individual that broke a lot of Alabama high school, records, playing quarterback, playing receiver, playing some on defense as well. But his father trained him in how to be strategically, a quarterback. This young man, 6'1", 213 pounds, will play at safety for the Crimson Tide. And, for him, got a ton of athleticism, got a ton of playmaking ability, got the body size as well. But much like, Malachi Moore, can Christian Story find a way to maneuver everything and push himself onto the field to potentially be a starter? So Alabama's got depth in the secondary. There's a ton of depth here. There's a lot of depth. There's a lot of bodies. There's a lot of guys that are 4 and 5 stars. There are a lot of guys that came out of high school as big-time players. There are a lot of guys that have the potential, ability, and capability to be starters. It's just going back to my two thoughts. Number one, which of these freshmen will have Nick Saban go, oh my stars, gotta play him? Cannot have this young man ride the bench. Gotta play him, gotta put him out there, gotta start him. He is leaps and bounds, head and shoulders above everybody else. That's thought number one. Thought number two is, as much as Coach Saban wants to have Patrick Surtain at slot, at the nickel corner spot, and Ronald Williams Jr. as the outside corner opposite Josh Jobe, Williams at 6'2", 188 pounds. If there is a struggle that happens to Williams, if there's a struggle, if he comes in kind of confused, if he comes in, having a difficulty adjusting from JUCO ball to, major Division I college football marquee program, the mecca of college football, that being the Crimson Tide. If there is a struggle with Ronald Williams, then you can look at having Alabama keeping Surtain at outside corner, Williams being a backup, and this opens the door to a freshman. This opens the door to a highlight, game-changing, big play freshman. Who wants it? Who wants to take advantage of it? Who wants to be, a big-time star? Because in reflecting back to the 2015 season for just a moment here. Not only was Minkah Fitzpatrick a starter in that secondary, Ronnie Harrison started too. Ronnie Harrison at that safety position at 6'3", playing weight at that time, 207 pounds, out of Tallahassee, Florida. He started also. And Ronnie Harrison was a emotional madman on the loose. People say Ruben's a loose cannon, and Ruben was a loose cannon, don't get me wrong. But Ronnie Hit Stick Harrison, Pimp Juice, Playboy, was a serious loose cannon. Emotional. This is the same Ronnie Harrison that almost got into a fight on the sideline with Reuben Foster, and Eddie Jackson had to come in there and break it up. So that's just a little bit there on how serious Ronnie Harrison took the game, as a freshman, and how serious Minkah Fitzpatrick took the game there as a freshman. But it'll be interesting to see which one of these guys for 2020 can step up here and carve out a role, maybe even potentially start. But folks, as always, you want the best in news, notes, information, and coverage on your Crimson Tide. It's simple. You can get this by downloading the Touchdown Alabama Magazine app, and you can get the app from the iPhone App Store if you're rocking Team Apple, Google Play Store if you just so happen to have the Android phone. For your audio listening needs, we have you covered on iTunes or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Google Play, Overcast.fm, or iHeartRadio. We have you covered. If the good and gracious Lord sees fit, I will return on Wednesday, continuing with Crimson Tide football talk with the man, Matt Caddell. But till next time, folks, husbands, love your wives. Wives, appreciate, value those husbands. Children, continue doing those things to legitimately not be bored. Get those 3 hearty meals a day, those 3 great laughs a day. Protect yourself. Protect the loved ones around you. And until next time, folks, I'm your man, Stephen M. Smith. This has been In My Own Words. Thank you for watching Touchdown Alabama Magazine's YouTube channel. To continue to get the best in Alabama football content, subscribe here and turn on your notifications to stay connected with the hottest shows covering your Crimson Tide.